Hi people, my name is Sako. They call me the Compare Source of Humor. And just last time I posted a video of how to compare a wedding successfully in Nigeria. And if you've not seen the video, you check it up on a link up there and also put on the notification so when I post another video you get to see it. So today I'll be running off on how to compare. I talked about a lot of things in the last video. You need to go see it. All right. Okay. So today I'm going to start from the chairman's remark. Like I said, you need to find out details about the chairman, find out who he is to the family, how long they've been, how long they've known the father of the bride, because usually it's the father of the bride or the parents of the bride that usually recommend who the chairman is. And if the parents of the groom are also influential, they would like to have somebody to support, so you need to know how to balance it. So the chairman will be the one to give his welcome remark, find out how long he's been married, say some things. If he's there with his wife, make sure you recognize them, you know, how long they've been married, say some things about his wife, who his wife, a little profile about his wife, if she's the CEO or something. Just do that. The focus is the chairman, so you don't just leave the wife of the chairman out. And then also remember, such events sometimes you have the governor, make sure you have a space for them. Find out the seat where they're going to be seated. And that's another thing I didn't mention in the video. You need to know where will the parents of the bride be seated, where will the parents of the groom be seated, and the chairman and all the dignitaries will be seated. You need to know all those things so you don't get lost and say, I don't have a space. Yes, it's your duty. Usually you say it's not your duty as a MC, but as a master of ceremonies, you're supposed to make sure that everything goes well so you don't run into trouble. You need to find out where the seat is, what seat have been reserved for them, what seat have been reserved for the maid of honor. You need to know all those things. Most times, left to me, I say it's not my business, but it's your business at the end. Because if it doesn't go well, your job might not go smoothly, because that's already causing an issue, and people might not respond to you. People might not, relate with you if there's an issue with the parents of the bride, even though it's not your business. But just make sure that you have all those things. Where will they be seated? So after you've done that, recognize the chairman, recognize the chairman's wife, and then you go straight to the chairman. And then this is how to introduce. The chairman will be giving his opening remark, and has been married for 35 years, is the CEO of so, is the DD, and I know that because of time, he will be, please join me as I invite the chairman for his welcome remark, and I'm sure he's not going to take our time for his short speech. So usually when I do that, the chairman picks up the mic and says, what are you saying? What are you, are you trying? I'm not going to waste your time. And then I've seen chairman take 30 minutes for welcome remark. I've seen chairman take 20 minutes. I've seen chairman take 2 minutes, 5 minutes. So I don't want to begin to mention tribes, because some tribes take over the wedding, and say, I'm the MC, I'm the chairman of this event, and they take over. I don't, usually when I started, I used to be under, what is this? But at the time I settled down, I just trust myself, because I'm not the one that chose the chairman. One thing that I would say to people is I'll give feedback to the people that employed me, especially the bride and groom. I want to do my job, but the chairman says he's going to take over. So as long as you don't fight the chairman, just make sure you talk to the people, especially if you've not collected your balance. You need to give feedback, give report. Remember, give report to the person that employed you and say this is what is happening. And then, especially when you get to a venue and then you find out that you have another MC, especially when it's the other tribe wedding, where you are speaking English and the person is speaking another language, the Lord will help you. If you want how to handle those people, you send me a mail to spiritofsako@gmail.com, and then I'll tell you how to handle this, so I don't cause trouble on the internet. Okay, so once you've done that, the chairman gives his opening remark, and then remember the bride and groom just finish dancing, so they need to get settled, they need to drink water. Usually you go straight to cutting of the cake, but I've also said that instead of doing that, why don't we get one more speech and come to propose a toast. So I invite, you need to find out who's going to propose a toast, who's going to say words. Usually I get one of the friends of the bride to say something about how the relationship has been, how she found out that she was dating the guy that she's getting married to today, and also find out who the guy that was proposed the toast. In that also, you need to be careful. You need to find out some details find out what the best man would like to say, if it's the best man or the friends. the reason why I do it on time is that sometimes people get carried away, they take a call and they begin to say that. And you know, when you're intoxicated, you say things that you cannot say on a normal day. I've seen weddings, I've seen people say different things at weddings, you know, and it's not my business, but you know, one way or the other, I'm the MC, I'm the one that collects the mic after that part. So you need to find out, can I please find out what you will say? Politely, remember I say politely. What would you like to say? Most of them, they're usually nervous. You just tell them, don't worry, nothing to worry about. I like to propose a toast. I like to say these things. I've known this friend for 15 years. We went to the same university. You need to find out. It's been good. This guy was there for me back in school. And if you could do this to me as a guy, I'm sure that this lady, you're in safe hands. This is it. And then mention one unique part, who he was to you while you were at school, what he did, you know, and all those things. When you found out he was dating someone, how you felt, and all those things. And then short, it should not be very, very short. And then you say, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like everyone to please stand up, especially when the bride and groom be seated. Everyone else will stand up, and they say we propose the toast to the bride and groom, to long life, to Jesus, and then that's out. When you take that out, and then you go straight to the cutting of the cake. The cutting of the cake is usually done by the chairman. Sometimes the chairman gives you a go-ahead to coordinate. Back in those days, they say we have witnesses. We need witnesses to see who cut the cake well. But that is already fading out. That's the truth. It's fading out. Who cut the cake well? And somebody say, well, they cut it together. It's obvious. Everybody, they have to cut the cake together. So it's fading out. People still do it, but I feel that it's fading out. Call one person from the family. What do you want the person to say? And the person did not cut cake. You want to destroy a wedding that just started or a marriage that just started. So, all right. So usually, but as a young boy, I listen to my elders. So when they say they want witnesses, sir, I'm a witness. So I stand by and witness, and then bring people. And then once we've done that, and then sometimes when I see that we have the governor there, or the governor's wife, or we have the deputy governor's wife, I take permission from the chairman to allow them coordinate the cutting of the cake, at least to say something. At least we can have them there and not feel that impact. So that's what I do. I usually bring them, and they feel I put them on the spot. But you know, it's to have the governor at your wedding, to have His Excellency, to have to have the king at your wedding. You need to also be careful. I've seen also some royal fathers say some things that should have not been said at a wedding. You know, you just have to manage as a master of saying. We have to manage. You have to be sure. You have to be very intuitive. Be sensitive to things. Any mistake can affect the bride and groom. So please be sensitive. If you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, pray before the event starts. I do this. I know this is not part of what I should, but I do this. You need to pray. Not everybody wants a marriage to go well or a wedding to go well. So you need to be sensitive, all right? Be sensitive. Know when to stop. Know when to move on. Okay, so after the toast, we've done the toast, we've done the cutting of the cake. You cut the cake, and then you have them to sit down. Usually they feed themselves. After they feed themselves, they kneel down, the lady kneels down. Anyhow they want to feed themselves, let them feed themselves. All right, they drink water, and then you need to find out, ask questions if they kissed in church. You need to even ask questions at the beginning. You know, when you have a meeting with them, if they like to kiss openly. Some people do not want to kiss. Some people do not want to, even though they kissed in church, they might not want to kiss at the reception. Some families frown out it. They feel that kissing should not be done openly. Well, you know, that's their belief. So at the same time, you can't force your belief on them. So you need to ask the bride and groom, will they like to kiss? You know, ask them if they like to kiss openly. If they say yes, you ask them to stand up and kiss each other. All right? I have a joke I love to play around. You want the joke? Send me a mail. I'll tell you the jokes. All right, that's some of the things that I do to spice it up. Because as you do those things, you need to spice up the event. You need to spice up the event and have interaction with the crowd. And then after you've done that, after they've kissed themselves and they sit down, it's now father-daughter dance. You need to do father-daughter dance. I do that. I do the father-daughter dance. I do the mother-son dance before they have their own dance. You know, so I feel people do it the other way. They feel that you do the couples dance first, and when you've done that, you hand over to the guy dancing. But especially if you have very, very high stage, you need to be sure so you don't have to go back and forth. So you bring the lady, and then instead of taking her back, you get a chair for her by the stage. So she does sit down, and then you ask the guy to come dance with his mom. And after that, they have their single dance, they have their couples dance alone. In a way, they have all the effects, the cloud, the smoke, everything, the fireworks, and all those things. And then you have the general dance. After the general dance, people dance, spray their money. Sometimes people do not want people to spray their money on their heads. You need to make the announcement politely. But trust me, even if you make the announcement, a family member will break the announcement because they will want to spray their money on their heads. But it's not your duty. It's not your point. You've done the announcement. People saw that you made the announcement. You know, people make rules and they break the rules. But it's okay. All right, just make sure you do those things as a professional. And when you've done that, they dance for a few minutes. Sometimes the bride wants to go change. You need to tell her the best time to go change. When she goes to change, make sure as she's going to change, you make sure you have the father of the bride and the groom dance together. Their friends can come dance with them so you can buy time. Once they are in, when they're at the entrance, you announce their arrival. I usually say, please welcome the bride for their second coming. You know, I just, and they come in, they're dancing. Once they're dancing, you toss the bouquet. She comes, invite all the single ladies. Do not be aggressive. Just invite. You can get their names and call them to come forward. And she tosses the bouquet. After she's done that, whoever catches the bouquet, you find out more details if she's single and all those things. Ask the bride and groom. Ask the groom if he has single friends that are responsible. And then you bring them forward, and then she chooses amongst them just to play around, and you get a guy, then find out what he does, and then play around it. You want to know how I do that? That's a video that I will show you so you see how I did it. But you can also send me a mail at spiritofsacco@gmail.com. And then make sure that you prepare the guy for his vote of thanks. The vote of thanks is just supposed to say, on behalf of my wife and I'd like to say thank you. Thank the parents, thank the chairman, and that's all. Because if you begin to mention names, you might get into trouble. You might begin to say, you didn't mention my name. Some people flew in from America, some flew in, so from all part of the world. So you might not say, I'd like to thank everyone on behalf of my wife and I. Thank you so much. People that came from far and near, from the US, just mention all your friends and generalize your friends and say, thank you, all the old boys of so. Thank you so much for coming for my wedding. Thank you so much for making this a reality. And I pray that the next time you hear from us will be good news. And that's it. And as a master of ceremony, you take the mic and introduce yourself and say, hi, my name is Sacco, the comedy company sense of humor. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. You can follow me up on Spirit of Sacco. This is what I do. You want to contact me, you can slide into my DM or send me a mail at Spirit of Sacco. You need to sell your market, all right? Because for every wedding you do, you must at least you get at least 10 clients. I hope this video has been able to help you. If you have more questions, you can send me a mail at Spirit of Sacco or put on a notification, and also follow me, subscribe to my video, Spirit of Sacco TV. God bless you. See you later.